What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're hopefully starting this, well not today but in this video. I've got to finish off a little bit of wiring, connecting the engine to the chassis, and I'm going to plumb the wastegate, and I've also got to make a little dump tube for the exhaust just for start up. I will be making a full exhaust. Blakey boy. We picked up some argon, we got a TIG, so all the stuff ready to make the titanium exhaust, which you'll probably see in the next video or the one after, whenever it is. Painted the valve covers again, they turned out mint, they look like glass. Hopefully it doesn't peel this time, fingers crossed. But yeah, I just need to basically, these green ones are for the Bosch O2 sensor, the wideband. These two are for the boost controller. I've got these are for the alternator, and then here we have grounds, power and switch power. So I need to wire them in as well into this plug here, which is down here. As you saw in one of the previous videos of the wiring, I put some spades on, which one's already pulled out already, quality job there. And I also need to wire the starter, so just a bit of wiring and stuff to clear up. I might also fit the wastegate, I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, I need to take this all back off, it's not bolted up at the moment, and then finish the wiring, and yeah, should be able to start her in theory. The fuel system's all done, fingers crossed. Let's get on with it. Right, so this is actually like 5 or 6 hours later from the last clip. I started wiring stuff up, and then I couldn't get it to crank, even though the wiring's correct. Well, I weren't sure, but so we spent ages, and then I bypassed the immobilizer. That still didn't work, and then what it was is on this car there's an aftermarket alarm, the Clifford's alarm, and it wasn't grounded, so that was what was causing all the problems. So then I've sorted that, and then went to do it, and the starter motor was clicking. So we knew the wiring was correct, but it wasn't working. So we took that out, stripped it all down, cleaned it all up, and me and Blake found out what was wrong with it. Thanks to Blake, I wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise. It was just making a really poor contact inside, so cleaned it all out, sanded it down in there, and now, I'm gonna film a sec, I'll just crank it over quick. So good, it's finally cranking. That was the main goal, to get it cranking, because the rest of the wiring in theory is easy because there's not much plugged in. It was just getting that to work. So now we're just trying to get the oil to flow, make sure everything's working all right, and then yeah, start up soon, mate. Tomorrow maybe. Peace. Yeah, literally. I need to do some more wiring because this took way longer than I expected, so I need to do the O2 sensors and stuff still, but it's progress, it's progress. Sorry for not updating you during this whole thing, but we were stressed to say the least, running around trying to think of different causes, but we got there.
And the fuel pump?
Yeah, the fuel pumps were working as well, and I haven't seen any leaks, so, and it's not even tight and it's not leaking, so it should be alright. But yeah. Right, so last night I got the coil pack harness made. I just took it home, I made a little cardboard template, sat in the front room and just made it up. Turned out pretty nice. These, I don't know if I mentioned it before, they're Volkswagen Polo coil packs. They're basically the same as the R8 ones, they're just stubby, they're much shorter. Because on the G, the R8 ones stick out more, so I went for these. But yeah, we got 2 grounds. We got power, and then obviously these are the signals to the ECU, which I already put a plug on the other harness down there. I'll get them plugged in, finish a bit more wiring, and then put the manifold on, and then it should be good, hopefully. Right, so we've got all the coil packs in there. Just need to wire them up. I've plugged the plug to the ECU. Don't mind the wiring. This, obviously I'm going to clean it up. I'm just temporarily plugging everything in just to make sure it's correct and get the engine started. Once I know it's correct, then I'll neaten it all up and tidy it. But yeah, I literally just need to put some grounds on these, probably to the head somewhere. I need 12 volts to here, 12 volts to here, and then, I mean, that's pretty much it. I need to put the manifold back on, injectors and stuff, but yeah, just getting there. So fresh. All right, so we're all set up. I loaded the map in, all seems good. I need to do a few little tweaks, but it's all powering all right. We just checked the spark, the coil packs, and they're correct. Now I just need to bolt the manifold on, and then I can do the TPS. We can check injectors, check everything. But yeah, I'm gonna bolt that on quick. I mean, it's just there. I need to put all the O-rings and everything on it, but yeah, only 2 minutes. All right, so we got all the injectors in and everything. We're just trying to work, because I'm doing the test on the ECU, trying to make sure I've got them in the right order, because I didn't label the wires up stupidly. But it's really hard to tell, so I'm going to try and use a, what's it called, a boroscope? I don't know, the stethoscope, that's it. Try and work out what one's firing. Alright, it's technically possibly ready to fire. I mean, I don't know, I've done everything, I think. Again, ignore the wiring, it's temporary. But we've put the fuel pump on a little switch for now. And I don't know, it seems alright. Gotta find out, I guess. I don't know, kind of scared. Don't want to turn it on. Alright, I'll put you guys down and give this a go.
Fire extinguisher? Well, I'm not in charge of that, that's you, mate. Go on in.
Oh, it's firing in the manifold. There's fire in the manifold.
Stop. What?
There's fire in the manifold.
Ready? Go. On. You got to intentionally hold your arse closed when you're doing it, mate. Yeah.
Right, so it's the next day now. We had a bit of timing issues last night and the battery went dead, so recharged that overnight. Gonna do it again today. I don't really have a clue what I'm doing with all this ECU stuff, so it's all new to me, so I can't expect to just start it straight away. But I think I've sussed out how to set up the timing and everything now, so we're gonna give it a go and then try again to start it. Fingers crossed. Look how good the paint looks in the sun. Every time I see this in the sun, it just looks so nice. But yeah, let's do it.
Whoa, not that loud, mate. No, not the ECU. It's like I don't want to come alive today. That's firing now, mate. Mate, I'm gonna go and take my pan on the screen. Yeah. Oh, poor man. But you got that. It was shot out there.
Shout out to Ross. He's going to link into the ECU and figure this out, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Shout out to you. Oh yeah, he's changing all the fuel in. I think this was the main thing. On the trigger I had it set as non-VVTi, so that was probably what I was doing wrong. Got 2 people helping me out, this is awesome. Shout out Billy as well, Billy_JDM, been super helpful. Right, so we literally had Ross on the computer doing his magic. He got it all ready, and then I went to crank it and the starter motor died again. As you saw previously in this video, I've already rebuilt this once. We just took it apart and redone it again. Fingers crossed this works.
Shut the f*** up, mate. I'll turn it off. Shut the f*** up, mate. I wanted to go there, didn't it? Right, ready? On. Well, I'll do the throttle here. Done. Mate, that's just no. Mate, go on.
give me a mate.
Thank you, Ross, you're awesome.
Yes, Ross.
Yeah, absolute legend. Obviously it needs a bit of tweaking, but it starts. It's so sick. All right.
I got the throttle, right? Something's squirting out here.
Woo, it finally runs. I'm so happy. I want to give a massive shout out to Ross. I'll put his Instagram up here, and also Tuning Technic UK. They helped me out a load as well, and Sup, obviously Blake helped me out so much as well. You guys are absolute legend. You helped me out. I would not have been able to get that started otherwise. I just basically had the trigger settings were wrong. I had it set up for a non-VVTi when obviously this one's a VVTi one. One other thing, I would keep starting it up to show you guys, but I've noticed something. It was spraying oil everywhere. Basically the O-ring on the VVTi solenoid, which is, there's only two things on this engine that I didn't rebuild. That and the starter motor. The starter motor has been playing around, as you saw. I've rebuilt it now twice since putting the engine in, and this I didn't touch as well, because it's quite easy to change the seal. It's literally undo it and put it back up, but they have to be put back together exactly how they came apart. So I was just like, I'll just leave it. But that has come and bit me in the arse now, so you probably won't be able to see it. But anyway, yeah, around the actual seal here it's leaking, and it was spraying oil over here and on the belt, which is not good. But other than that, she's good. I just wanted to get it started so that I know my wiring's correct, so that now I can tidy all of that up and make it all how it should be, not have it all wires dangling everywhere like now. And I can crack on making exhaust as well, because at the moment I haven't even got the sensor in here, the wideband, which is not good. But yeah, it's been quite the journey. The starter motor was extremely annoying, to say the least, but it's all there. We got good fuel pressure. Another thing is, I didn't mention, I lost the bracket that holds this fuel rail in place. I've got one over there, but I lost the other one, so at the moment it's held down by a cable tie. So drift car, innit? No, we're gonna make up a bracket to go there, but the cable tie worked for now. It's no leaks or anything, so sweet as. Obviously we got the injectors from Booster JZ, go check them out. Again, use code MAXF and you get 10% off all their injectors and all their parts. But yeah, so happy, like literally so happy. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to get it started. It's close, boys, we're close. Once the exhaust's on, and I need to get a radiator set up, I need to do all the intercooler piping. I mean, there's a big list still to do, but the main hurdle's done. This is going to be a bit of a pain because I've got to take all the front off again, but oh well, it is what it is, isn't it? Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're enjoying all of the JZ stuff. But yeah, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.